Hello again everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well, enjoying the start of the week, and we are today once again at the fantastic SiamFlight Bangkok International Airport, Suvarnabhumi Airport, always pronounce it badly. But good evening to you, or good day wherever you are in the world. Badger, Zato, Carlito, Rab, hello folks. Ian, good evening to you. Let's knock that rust off with a probably need a hammer and chisel, as we've said in the live chat there. MPS Gaming, Chaz, and Doc, Sawadee Crub, hello to you. Flight Simmer, thanks for joining us as a channel member, welcome on board. And we are live for the next few hours for a flight over to Dhaka with the amazing final approach design payware Dhaka airport scenery. Flying Biman Bangladesh for the first time on the channel, I think, as well, with the iniBuilds A310 aircraft, for which we've spent a little while actually not having flown. So we're going to be knocking some rust off, as we've mentioned. There's Zato. He's actually on P3D, and he's going to be flying a 747-400 with an Osprey paint scheme that he's developing. Both airports here, incredibly good. Both absolutely well worth buying and enjoying. It's quite incredible actually, some of the scenery here in this part of the world. Critic, excellent. Welcome to today's flight. Great to have you flying along. How's the racing, Rab? I think you're still at the races, aren't you? Living on a player, good morning, and David to you as well. Hello. So GSX fired up. We've got 238 passengers on board today. We're tracking the flight on New Sky for Osprey. Just operating a bit of a charter, if you like, for this. It looks good. It's an iniBuilds livery, part of what's been included within the iniBuilds A310. It's obviously got the enhancement for Microsoft Flight Simulator's PC version to kind of bring it in even more. And with the jetty at the moment, as you can see, top left actually might be obscured a little bit by the overlay, but we've got 89, 90 out of 238 passengers on board, and we're due to push in about 20 minutes from now. Thomas, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome. Hope you're okay. So, let's clear the master caution. And we'll go through today's flight. So we've got what have we got? Nice, we've got Tower Online here at Bangkok International today. Suvarnabhumi Tower, PDC log on, Sawadee Crub, streaming live, J West 5 Henry apparently. ATIS information Delta. Let's try and actually see if Rab, let Doc know. 12765. Oh my god, what an awful click spot that is. One, 2, 7, 6, 5, 0. Oh my god.
On initial contact that you have
So,
information.
that's a
Delta.
shockingly awful click spot, isn't it? Let's listen to the ATIS.
Suvarnabhumi International Airport ATIS information Delta 1130 Zulu Special, wind 190 at 13, visibility 10 kilometers or more, few clouds at 2000, temperature +31, dew point +25, QNH 1004, arrival and departing, runway 19 left and 19 right. Expect ILS approach runway 19 left or 19 right. Transition level 130. Advise ATC on initial contact that you have ATIS information. Delta.
Try and not trigger the parking brake again. Oh, look at that. Such professionals. If you're new to the channel, it's great to have you on board with us today. I hope you enjoy the flights over the next few hours. Make sure you hit like and subscribe and have a little chat in the live chat with us as well. Enjoy today's stream. Alan, g'day. Yeah, we are due actually. We're waiting nervously for Orbex Melbourne, which is going to be amazing. And that's what we're going to be looking forward to we'll be definitely revisiting down under ASAP, and New Zealand as well. We're long overdue flights to New Zealand. We haven't flown in that area since our new computer arrived here actually. So 12175, thanks Doc. Oh, for goodness sake. Bloody parking brake. Where are we at? Right, so let's dive into our charts for today. We need to get our clearance from ATC as well, but this is what we're expecting. So departure on 19 left or right, not sure which, hoping for 19 right. It is the closest after all, so we'll be pushing back Tango 15 facing west, out on Delta or Echo depending on what ATC tell us, lining up Echo 1 hopefully on that takeoff 19 right, heading south. Nice long runway for us today, 3,700 meters for the runway length. It gives us a lot of distance indeed. Airport elevation of only 5 feet. Departing then on the Nunley 3 Golf departure, runway 19 right. We'll be heading down to Roven, max of 220 knots. Then towards the coastline, Bravo Sierra 907, heading west. Max 240 knots, climbing up to around 10,000 feet, then heading northbound initially towards Don Muang International Airport. Mecca, Intos, and then heading up towards Disco, then Nunley. We are cruising today at flight level 360. Weights wise, zero fuel weight of 101.8 tons, so pretty heavy. Gross weight of 115.2 tons. Wait, that can't be right. Stand by. Yeah, there we go, 106. I was looking at my estimated landing weight, which I'd wrote down as 116. I thought, how have we gained a ton? Oh, we're all good anyway. Zato, model matching on the fly. You should just be able to type in the VMR, amend the VMR, and then in VPilot, .aircraft tab, reload model matching, and it will resync with whatever you've changed. It's been a little while since we've flown this last, so let's see, what have we got down here? 121750. Thanks, Doc. Ashton, good morning. Let's clear the charts. Let's get our clearance. Suvarnabhumi, ground, good evening. Bangladesh 389, Airbus A310 on stand Foxtrot 6 with information Delta. QNH 1004, request clearance to Dhaka.
Bangladesh 389 Suvarnabhumi ground สวัสดีครับ you clear to Dhaka ครับ yeah flight plan route Nunley 3 Juliet departure runway 19 left initial climb will be 6,000 feet expect flight level 360 squawk 7124
Sawadee Krab, cleared Dhaka Nunley 3 Juliet departure runway 19 initial climb 6,000, expect flight level 360 cruise and squawk 7124 Bangladesh 389.
Bangladesh 389 confirm 19 left.
There we go, 19 left, thanks Bangladesh 389. So they changed the runway?
Ready, contact again.
Okay. So on the charts we can change it on the fly. I've just changed 19 left, it's then removed our SID, and then we're just going to put in the new one instead. Very similar. Instead we're going Louis max 220 and then still pretty much following the rest of it as expected, just on 19 left instead, so we get a nice tour of the airport. With that in mind, we can go VTBS, SID, 19 left.
Cleared to Dhaka via the Nono 3 Juliet departure, 19 left, climbed 6,000 initially, expecting 380 after departure, squawk 7125 for Osprey 7474.
Nunley, no discontinuities there. Happy days. Down here we need to put our squawk in, 7124.
We'll contact when ready for push and start. Osprey 7474 heavy.
7124. We'll arm it for now as well. And on the charts, there aren't any NDBs or anything for us, in fact, so I'm not going to tune any. VGHS SJ is Dhaka, Bangladesh. It's an incredibly good payware scenery by Final Approach Design, so really looking forward. If you've not seen it before, I'm really looking forward to showing you. We've got a custom GSX profile for both airports too. We loaded everybody. I think we may have done. Boarding complete, love it. 195, that's already set. Prepare for Pushback and departure. Takeoff page. We need to do quick performance set of calculations. Refresh this. Runway length 4000, surface dry, runway heading 194, wind, temperature, QNH, weight. It's going to be 115.2. Flat 1515, anti-isos on, packs on. Happy days, there we go. So flex of 59, V1 138, rotate 138, V2 165. I'm going to make a quick note of that actually. So 58 degrees flex, sorry, 59 degrees flex.
Ground, good evening, Royal Bataan 25, requesting clearance to Dhaka with Delta on board.
165 down here. V1 138. Rotate 138. V2 165.
Clear to Dhaka.
And then we're going to press down. No, hold on. We're going to press up for the preset. Add the 10 175. So we've got FCU 165 V2 plus the 10 preset 175. Reduction 1,000 feet above ground level.
Will do, thanks. Royal Bataan 25.
And then flex up here. We want to change flex TO to 59. Like so. So that's going to derate our takeoff. Let's clear that for a moment. Make sure we are all set, ready for departure. We need to pop our APU on now. Master switch on. Fuel pumps and automatic, they're all on anyway. And we'll do APU start. The display for which, there we go. Automatically changes there below the gear lever. Christopher, good afternoon. About 2 hours 10 minutes, Paul, in total. Do I use FSLTL? Yes, I do. Nausicaa, good evening.
Good evening, ground type 339er, requesting IFA clearance to Dhaka, and we have information Delta on board. Type is A330-900.
It's a weird mashup of systems, absolutely. And now I'm thinking, why is all of... why is this not working? Let's just have a quick look down. Oh, I was not in an array yesterday. There we go. It's just going through a self-test for about a minute. I thought the self-test was a bit shorter, so I started to worry then after a couple of few seconds ago. It's a very weird mashup of systems. There's like elements of Boeing, and then there's elements of Airbus as well. It's a really big mishmash. Darren, hello. So PC settings. Have a little look at my a recent video I did about 2 weeks ago on the channel, specifically about my RTX 4090. The settings I use in both the NVIDIA control panel and also inside the sim itself. Well worth checking that out. It'll kind of show you what I'm using, but I've now upgraded to the very latest NVIDIA game graphics driver, game ready driver. And I'm having so far, touch wood, don't want to jinx it, too many problems. Haven't had any problems with it yet, so Who knows? Okay, so APU is available. Let's see if it takes it. Good, it's generating power. What else have I forgot? Right, let's find out. Bangladesh 389, stand Foxtrot 6, fully ready, request push start.
Bangladesh 389, push and start approved facing West Tango 15.
Facing west, push start approved, Tango 15, Bangladesh 389.
Super Brommy ground, Osprey 2472 heavy is ready for pushback, stand 32.
Jeez!
Osprey 247 to hold position.
Hold position, Osprey 2742.
Good old AIG and pushback model matching. Love the immersion that you get sometimes. It's unrivaled. Oh dear. I mean, that's part of the issue, isn't it? It's the beauty of flight sim as well, Paul. We've got to be able to manage loads of different aeroplanes and remember all of their quirks.
Release parking brakes, please.
Right, beacon on.
And ground Osprey
Lights and
7474
signs, that's all
and
set.
Golf 2 requesting push and start.
Part brake off.
Osprey 747 full push and start approved facing south on Tango 17.
Facing south on
Interesting.
Tango 17, pushback and start approved. Osprey 7474.
Osprey 7474 set squawk please.
I have a problem here with
Squawk should be set right now, Osprey
With the throttles.
7474.
Okay, let's go start A. Start 1 is armed.
Osprey 7474 confirm squawk is 7125.
Apologies, 7125. We set 7126. Should be fixed now.
No worries.
God, definitely forgot something there. Again, start 1 open anyway, and we're adding fuel in. I think we might have an issue with throttle here. We'll find out in a moment. Because interestingly, my throttles become a little bit unresponsive. So while we're in drone cam, once we've pushed back a little bit, we're going to make use of a bit of time here. Yeah, because at the minute, I haven't got...
Please set parking brakes.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine. Start. You can
got no
just
rudder either.
Unlocking gear.
Drop your neck. Look at that. So I'm going to go to drone cam first, control options. I need to investigate this urgently because it was fine a moment ago. Airliner throttles there though. The curve's dead though, look. Which means all I've got to do really, unplug it, make it all go away, plug it back in again. Interestingly as well, I've killed the music obviously because I'm using startup at the moment, but as I move around I've got to get up now because it seems as though my rudder pedals are not working as well. So quick unplug of that. There we go, got the green light. So I always do it outside of the sim, outside of the thing. So you go to drone cam first because I found otherwise some of them can bug out. And then we can click back into it, and there's the rudder, which is what we didn't have before. It's remembered our sensitivities, we've got our curves back and everything as well. Happy days. And then we can go back into the aircraft. Right, why have I not got throttle again? Tap to calibrate.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
This is super weird.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, now I don't have my throttle at all. Stand by, we have a big problem here. Oh, what we got? It's the only thing with my Tobii eye, not the Tobii eye tracker, but the having to get out in and out of the next level racing Boeing seat. It's a right mission. Oh, control options.
Ground. Good evening. Osprey 59.
Okay, now it's showing it's back. There we go. Look. So we're going to go here, check the sensitivity, and it's back again. Super weird. Don't really get it. But there we go. Now we've got throttle. Happy days. Panic averted.
Push and start approved. Facing.
Where are we? So that's set. That's set. That's set. They're both on and set. We're going to go continuous relight. APU air off. That's going to then divert the bleed valves to engine 1 and 2. They've gone green. Following the flow up, we can see everything else is on automatic. Working down the panel, we've got no white lights. That's on continuous relight. They're all both armed and set, and master switch for the APU can go off. We'll pop the, what we've got here, nose lights are there. We're going to pop those on taxi. Lights and signs all set as required. We are back in. That's all set and armed. Bangladesh 389, request taxi.
Bangladesh 389, taxi to holding point runway 19 left via Delta Golf Charlie 3 Bravo 1.
Taxi hold point runway 19 left via uniform out, I think it was, Delta Golf Charlie 3 Bravo 1 Bangladesh 389.
Bangladesh 389, that is correct.
Crikey. So,
Osprey 7474 ready for taxi.
bar brakes off.
Osprey
We've set some
7474
flaps.
taxi
We've got
holding
15
point
now. We need to
runway
go another
19
stage.
left
So we
via
got 15, 15.
Delta Golf Charlie 3 Bravo 1. Follow the
We've got some mega contrast
A310
stuff going on at the moment. So try and turn on some of these
Tango 1
floodlights.
Delta
And
Golf Charlie 3
bits.
Bravo 1 to 19 left, following the Bangladesh A310 Osprey 7474.
And we've got the Bangladesh safety demonstration to play, which is interesting. Enjoy. Honestly, watch it on YouTube, it's quite funny. Paul, it's really good frames per second, buddy, to be fair. What do we want here for performance? We go to weight and balance tab. Oh, it's there. 0.1 down.
Osprey 7474, you could slow down there, please.
Apologies, 7474.
Someone got caught speeding. To be fair, I'm going super slow. Pay Demo Designs Flight Simmer, that's what you have to do on his Fiverr account. Let's pop constraints on. We've got full right, full left. To be fair, I could probably use the flight control tab here. There we are. So full right, looking at the display on the right hand side, back to centre. Big Jacket Gaming, welcome. All the way left, back to the centre. Elevator, all the way rear. Back to the neutral again, all the way forwards, looking at the little arrow, back to centre. We haven't got de-linked nose wheel steering, so what we could do is just very quickly smash the rudder while the aircraft struggles to work out what the heck is going on. Dark Fury, welcome. And that's it, we're all good. Stab trim is set, 0.1 down, so we've got that set, that's important. Speed brake arms, flaps 15-15 for the takeoff. And we've got our data set as well, which we have also cross-checked. A little bit of work, hopefully you can hear the safety demo in the background.
বিমানের সকল জরুরি নির্গমন পথ পরিষ্কারভাবে চিহ্নিত করা আছে। আপনার নিকটতম নির্গমন দরজা দেখে নিন। প্রতিটি নির্গমন দরজায় স্লাইড অথবা রাফট সংযুক্ত রয়েছে।
Weird flickering textures today at SiamFlight's Bangkok, but it is wonderful.
ব্রেস পজিশনে যেতে হবে। বিমানের সকল জরুরি নির্গমন পথ পরিষ্কারভাবে চিহ্নিত করা আছে। সেই পথ অনুসরণ করে
I don't think I do, Paul, actually. Bangkok city scenery. Not sure. I can't remember. I don't think I do. To be honest, there's a very good chance I forgot that it might have even existed. Where do we need to go here? We're going Delta Golf. Golf is left here. Good job with the signs.
বিনের ঢাকনাটি ভালো করে বন্ধ করে দিন। উড্ডয়ন ও অবতরণের সময় সকল প্রকার ইলেকট্রনিক সামগ্রী বন্ধ রাখুন। মোবাইল ফোনের ব্যবহার সব সময়ের জন্য নিষিদ্ধ।
Samseen, I'm not sure. I don't think I have got the Bangkok city. I might do. We'll find out when we depart. So, as Doc said earlier on, we're going to be flying over the downtown section, so we might see it.
উড্ডয়নের পূর্বে আপনার সিট বেল্ট বেঁধে নিন। সিটের পেছন দিক সোজা করুন। আপনার সামনের খাবারের টেবিলটি যথাস্থানে গুটিয়ে রাখুন।
Oh, not Lex. Bearing in mind it's free as well, it is remarkably good. It is 100% worth throwing yourself into. It's really good fun. It's kind of this weird love child between Boeing and Airbus. It's super strange, but fantastic as well at the same time. To be fair, I don't think I fly it enough. I do enjoy flying it a lot. And we've got the opportunity to fly these kind of unique airlines as well. You know, Biman being one of those. There goes the safety demo. Didn't even realise it had stopped. Aircraft graveyard to your right, Doc says. You mean after takeoff, right? So 175 preset plus the 10 for the V2 plus 10, 6,000 initial climb. 195 for runway heading, that's all set to neutral. We've got pitch trim, yaw damper, and ATS 1 and 2 all on and arms. No white lights. Continuous relight. APU's off. Crikey, Zarto's right up me chuff. V-speeds, the bugs are set. And there's a Singapore there. Oh, an A350. How I would love one of those in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Golf onto Charlie. Where have we got here? So that is the first left on the main intersection. Pop rock. So usually the Luke Airtool.net for cabin announcements, but they don't have one for Biman Bangladesh. So I've literally just gone onto YouTube and typed Bangladesh Biman safety demo. Roy Van Can, welcome buddy. Thanks for joining us as a bronze frequent flyer. Appreciate the support. Left on Charlie. Toby eye track is working again. Absolutely, SJ. It would be great, wouldn't it? What a remarkable aeroplane it is. It always looks great in real life. It would look even better in the sim. We've got a little one there as well. Not sure what that one is. Zarto's now on P3D today. It's Shenzhen Airlines or something like that.
Suvarnabhumi to ground, Osprey 2472 Heavy is ready for taxi.
Got tower and line. Oh, we've got approach as well. My goodness. 12435 and then centre 1321. So you tie VATSIM
Charlie.
ATC
Bravo
have given us full coverage
Taxi
today.
to holding
Really
point
big
for
thanks to
runway
them.
19 left via Tango 15, Delta Golf Charlie 3, Bravo 1, Osprey 2472 heavy.
Auto brake max, and then takeoff config. There's a button down here. Press it, takeoff test normal there. Good. That's on 15.
Roll Baton 25, stand Golf 2, we're ready
Charlie
for
4.
push and startup.
Korea Bhutan 25.
So Charlie 4's there, Charlie 3 is
Holding
next,
position.
which is then
Roll
going to give
Baton
us
25.
the opportunity to line up in a moment. Look at that. Wonderful. Brakes are a little bit sensitive. Bangladesh 389 are ready for departure. Bravo 1.
Bangladesh 389er, contact tower 118.2.
4182 for Bangladesh 389. Thanks for the ATC. Have a good night.
สวัสดีครับ
Bloody grub. 1182. With that though, just going to creep ever so slowly. 1182. 12435 is next. 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. Bumi Tower, good evening, Bangladesh 389 are at Bravo 1, runway 19 left, ready for departure.
Bangladesh 389 Tower สวัสดีครับ line up 19 left.
Saudi Crab, line up 19 left, Bangladesh 389. So, that's all good, that's all set. Runway confirmed, Bravo 1 lining up, check path, that's all good.
Holding short, runway 19
Happy with all the data, we've checked everything, cross-checked the lot, that's all good. And lights and signs, checked and set as required.
Number 2, Osprey
Lining up.
7474.
Down here. TARA for the transponder. We've been told to line up, so we haven't been cleared to take off. There's no mega rush. So we'll just continue on idle. There's the windsock just in the corner there behind the window pillar at the moment. So always look for that windsock, folks, because it will give you a good indication, providing it's coded correctly, the direction of the wind and the strength. So we can see it's pretty much a headwind. And therefore we don't need to worry about adjustments to the stick during the takeoff.
Bangladesh 389 ring 190 follow up 19 left, clear takeoff, report airborne.
Report airborne and runway 19 left, clear for takeoff, Bangladesh 389. So that's all good, we've been cleared. Quick press of the brakes, we'll hold it on the brakes. TARA, I thought that was set incorrectly. We've checked all our trims and things as well. So in the meantime, flex is set. We're going to go to about 40% power. Off the brakes. Power set. Speed's alive. While we're doing that, I'm focusing. Parallel 42 Flow Pro. I forgot to put the control visualizer on for you guys. Through 100 knots. Maintaining that centre line. V1 rotate. Continuing to pitch. Plus 10 already, or V2 already. Chasing that flight director, positive rate gear up. Just sorting the trim out here.
Bangladesh 389 Bangkok approach 124, that will be fine. Clear.
Contact approach 12435 Bangladesh 389. Thanks to the ATC. Have a good night. See ya.
E2.
1321 for the next one. So we got Bangladesh approach 12435. Let's go to slap 15. Bangladesh approach, good evening. Bangladesh, Bangkok approach, Bangladesh 389, good evening. Airborne 2,500 feet, Nunley Wat 3 Juliet departure.
Bangladesh 389, Bangkok approach, good evening. You have reached Bangkok approach definitely. Radar contact 3,000 feet. Climb via SID, flight level 160. Report pass in flight level 140.
I thought I got it wrong. I got it right in the end, didn't I? Continue climb at flight level 160 and report passing 140, Bangladesh 389. I definitely got that read back completely wrong. Oh, it went so well and it just became a mess. Seatbelt signs, landing lights extended, that's all good. Let's go continuous relight to ignition off now and climbing 5,000 and away via the SID. Max 240 knots. And we're in VNAV speed. And there is Bangkok in the background. Super quiet on the outside actually. Thanks, David. Yeah, I literally don't know where I am anymore. It's still elements of night shift brain fogging over me. Transition altitude 11,000 feet. We'll clear that for now. Contrast super bright, isn't it? It's got to be like a brightness setting. SJ, welcome. Thanks for the support, buddy. Great to have you with us as a new channel member. Through 10,000 already. Wow. And through transition. So increasing our... we just pull it to standard. There we go, that's easier. 1013, that's all good. That's set and the standby instruments match. Flaps are up, lights are off. Got runway turn off lights off and the nose lights off as well. We don't need those. Where's the dome light switch? It's up here, isn't it? Standby compass. That's not the one we want. Dome. Put it on bright because we can't see a chuffing thing because of the contrast in MSFS. Oops. You know what it didn't do? Follow the profile.
Bangladesh 389, proceed direct Nandi.
Redirect Nandi and we're crossing through flight level 140, Bangladesh 389.
Bangladesh 389, roger. Contact Bangkok Control 132.1. Good day.
Contact control on 1321 for Bangladesh 389. Thanks to the ATC, have a good night.
Have a good night, you too.
1321.
And approach, hello, Osprey 7574 at 2746,000.
So here's an interesting thing. I was getting sidetracked with things. Profile didn't hold the profile in the departure. That being Bravo Sierra 910 through 10,000 feet. Ultimately my mistake because I had not had the charts up and actually I hadn't really realised how fast we were climbing. And then Mecca at or above 140. So yeah, He's been giving us a direct to Nunley now, which kind of takes us off the SID, away from the constraints that we've bust. But that is our mistake. Aviate, navigate, communicate. Let's contact Bangkok Control. Bangkok Control, good evening, Bangladesh 389ers, flight level 160 direct Nunley.
Bangladesh 389er, very good evening, Bangkok Control, radar identify flight level 160. Continue climb to flight level 360.
Continue climb flight level 360, Bangladesh 389er. Keep the heading select bug in line with our flight path. There we go. At least our heading. What do we got? There's the views. Very hazy through the cloud at the moment. At live time, no. Weather, yes. So live weather, what we've done is, because it's already pretty much dark Bangkok now, we've wound the time back a couple of hours. Yeah, there's Don Muang, and as Doc's saying there, we've got downtown Bangkok at the moment on our right hand side. Might even be under us over there as well, to be fair. It's a bit of a handful, this, because it's a little bit more Boeing than it is Airbus, which is it is odd to say, because it is an Airbus A310. But when you haven't flown it for a little while, like I haven't, you end up making lots of little silly mistakes. But that's fine. It's about, on VATSIM, it's fine to make mistakes, like we've done. It's about identifying them and learning from them. Aviate, educate, communicate, I think is the three kind of like the tagline, isn't it, for VATSIM? But it's then being able to identify some of the mistakes that you make is important, and the ATC then don't mind that. Do I have a sim settings list? Roy's asking for my RTX 4090. Yes, it's a sim settings thread on my channel. So have a look at about 2 weeks ago, roughly, I think it is. I did a RTX 4090 sim settings video specific to that graphics card to show what I have set up in the sim, basically. But you need to also have things like hardware accelerated graphics on in Windows. That's a fantastic view down below. Look at that. Tracking the flight on New Sky and Valanta. Bit of a risk with New Sky though, because we're going to get our flight report. I have no idea how well we'll have actually have done, but we'll find out. Awesome, Roy. Yeah, let us know how you get on. If you've got any questions, do ask away in Discord. But yeah, effectively for like the RTX 4080 or 4090 GPUs, you effectively need an entirely new computer. So I've had to upgrade the whole rig, new everything, custom built by PC Specialist.
Enter 611, Bravo 78, Udon Thani. Request clearance.
Well, it's got like the latest DDR5 RAM, some of the latest AMD CPUs as well, and SSDs.
Mentari 611, clearance is available. Report ready to copy. Ready to copy, Mentari 611. Mentari 611, clear to Domwang Airport. Flight cancelled by course 1 Delta, departure runway 30, maintain flight level 300, squawk 7250. Okay, Mentary 611, clear Donyang, Terco 1 Delta, departure runway 30, flight route, flight level 300, squawk 7250.
Mentary 611, readback is correct, report ready for push and start.
Welcome, Mentary 611. Bangkok Control, Mentary 611.
Mentary 611, go ahead.
Mentary 611, request runway 12 for departure if possible.
Mentary 611, goodbye.
And center, good evening, Osprey 7474, leveled at 160.
Last station.
How long's the flight, Pop Rock? It's about 2 hours, buddy. We've got a little bit of ATC along the way out of Thailand, which is really nice of the folks at VATSIM Thailand or VATSIM Bangkok.
Very good evening, Bangkok Control, radar contact. Flight level 160, climb to flight level 380.
Yeah, 360, good shout. You know what, it's a bit like, is it the Phoenix? Look at the contrast, it's like pitch black inside the flight deck, but I've got all of the lights pretty much maxed out. But they are maxed out.
And Tarco 1 Bravo departure. Departure runway 12,
It's just, I actually can't turn them up anymore.
Thank you.
What have we got here? Pedestal. Yeah, they're on max as well. Displays are on max. Weather radar's on with tilt -3. Oh yes, good shout. Gear lever off. It's a great shout, CT90. So again, it's another little like it's a very non-Airbus thing, isn't it? We'll go there to automatic now. So we go back into climb gate. So again, there's another little difference that I've noticed there that I'd forgotten. So we flex after takeoff. We should have then gone into auto mode for it to then revert into, as you can see, the limited mode of climb. But we're climbing through nav and profile at the moment. Profile being effectively like the VNav. I can't turn any of the brightness up. It's one of the things that I'd not really kind of remembered as well, is just the weirdness of the intensity of the sun. Don't want to move the sun too much though, because it is going to set at some point towards Dhaka. Birdman says it looks brighter than the Phoenix, to be honest. Yeah, it does a little bit, yeah. I wasn't going to say it. But no, Chris Packett, it's not your setup, buddy. It's a really frustrating thing, because it doesn't happen in all of the aeroplanes, just in some. This is obviously one of those. But even in 4K, it is difficult to see some of the bits in the flight deck with the way it does the contrasts. Yeah, it's a good way of kind of thinking about it, Andrew. It's a little bit A310, it's a little bit Airbus, it's a little bit Boeing, and it's a little bit BA146.
7474, go ahead.
7474, turn left direct to Muni, November Uniform, November Lima, India.
November Uniform, November Lima, India, direct, Osprey 7474.
Dhaka Control, Mentary 611, request pushback and start up. Mentary 611, push and start approved, facing northwest. Q&A.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why we busted that constraint so quickly, indeed, Doc. Yeah.
Approved, face northwest, Q&A 1004, Mentary 611.
Yeah, can't complain about the brightness in the 146 cockpit, Rab. Absolutely. Doc says ATC is doing hard jobs with separation between me and Zato. He's in the 747 to be fair, so he's going to blast past us at some point soon, no doubt. Roy, yeah, New Amsterdam scenery is really nice, to be fair. Yeah, the freeware Amsterdam enhancement, I should say. Tattin icing range, interesting. Shouldn't really have any icing though, but we'll keep an eye because we are going through little bits of fluffy cloud. If you can hear those little dings every now and again, folks, then you will have to bear with me. I'm also on the line to YouTube Creator Chat at the moment because they have messaged me about something. So with them, you end up trying to keep them a bit, not sweet, but you try and, you know the drill. You try and actually kind of maintain a level of good relationship working with them. Oh, Zato. That's gutting, buddy. So what? When you say the first error in P3D, is that a fault? Is that a?
Mentally 611 taxi holding point runway 12 via Mike Delta.
We haven't been passed off yet. We're about to be though. That means the transition out of Thailand airspace, Thai airspace. Cruising though now, and the auto mode has gone to CR for cruise. I'm going to turn the ice off. It says Tattin icing range, but I'll maybe leave the wing supply on, but I'll turn the engine off. Engine supplies off. Beacon strobes, nav 1. Seatbelts off. That'll do. I'm trying to load the screenshots so far into Volanta, but again, as always, it's just bouncing back. So is that a crash to desktop Zato effectively for you? Those are juicy contrails. Old suggestions. The power of suggestion, eh? Ian's frozen up too. Just giving it a minute. Oh dear. When you see Biman at Heathrow, it's always a little bit entertaining because they fly in various aeroplanes. So the big, obviously the big twin aisles that they've got in their fleet. But they have a do they have a generous allowance for baggage? I'm not sure. You end up watching people turn up with like 8 suitcases, absolutely rammed full, and each of them are like 30 kilos. And you're thinking like, how heavy is this aeroplane when it takes off? We've got like trolleys on TVs and things like that getting checked into the hold. It's insane.
Beijing Capital 14, correction 418, very good evening, Bangkok Control, radar contact, flight level 159, Continue climb to flight level 330.
Zato, sounds good. Jeff, welcome. Yeah, back in the 310. It's a cool aeroplane, isn't it, to be fair? We don't enjoy it enough. And I'd forgotten about like the slightly dynamic cabin that iniBuilds have coded into this too, which is quite smart. Maverick, nice. Be able to see the last DC-10 or MD-11 at Heathrow from Biman Bangladesh a few years ago. That is cool. I'm trying to think what fleet they use to operate in and out of Heathrow now. There's definitely a 787 that flies in with Biman. 100% a 787. And a 777 I think as well. Yep. Inboard sort of kind of flaperons or ailerons there. They're doing this weird twitchy thing as it's trying to work out how it's going to roll wings level and navigate with LNAV being active. It's got weird twitchiness, which is a bug, I am sure.
Bangkok Control, Mentally 611, airborne passing 1,900 feet. Mentally 611. Radar identify.
There it is.
Feet.
Very weird.
Climb via SID to flight level 300.
Climb via SID flight level 300, Mentally 611.
Hakon, to be honest, no, buddy. Check to make sure you're not pushing your system too much, but 45 frames per second is very good. I'd maybe cap it at 40. Just to kind of give your system a little bit of an overlap, perhaps. And welcome to you as well. With a bit of bobbiness going on there. We've actually just dropped 20 feet, looking at that altitude display. A little bit of clear air turbulence, I guess. Dubai by Fly Tampa would be
Bangladesh 389 Bangkok Control.
Epic, wouldn't it, Paul? Go ahead, Bangladesh 389.
Bangladesh 389, you are leaving my airspace, no further AT slots available, Monte Unicorn 122.8. Have a good flight, see you next time, bye bye.
I'm Monitor Unicorn 1228, Bangladesh 389, and thank you to everybody for the ATC, have a good night. One, 2, 2, 8. We could have pre-tuned that earlier, to be fair. Click it across, transfer it. We can change the range as well, increase that for our flight ahead. And then we're kind of just settled in for cruise now. So in this we've got ever so slight digital display there of our cruise altitude we've got set. The blue line there being our VNAV speed mode as well, or profile speed, and the blue on the right being profile altitude. There's our minimum clean green dot at the moment as well. But our altitude display comes from this analog instrument here, and then our backup instrument is this next to our brake pressure selection. Standby instrument for the primary artificial horizon is there, next to our flap displays, and our engine instruments in the cluster in the middle, next to our flex, and then the gear, which has a lever off in the middle to run the hydraulic systems off. Got no landing calculations, which should be interesting, might be interesting. What have we got? Next page, Dorley. Avled, Tanap, CTG, Oneka, top of descent marker, which will probably move when we add the SID. Canada DAC VGHS. Currently, VGHS, if we use the command in the live chat, you'll be able to see on time. Loki saying hello to everybody. So that's the METAR in Dhaka at the moment. James, hello. Hope you're well. Good morning. Winds 240 at 8. 4,000 meters visibility in haze. Few cloud at 10,000. 35 degrees Celsius for the temperature, and the dew point 22 degrees. QNH 1001. Insane. So yeah, a couple of things from that METAR actually then that we can deduce. We've got an 8 knot crosswind and a 2 knot headwind at Dhaka, and low visibility as well. No arrivals available except for effectively the approach itself. We're going to be doing the ILS runway 14 at Dhaka. Actually, how is it 14? ILS 32. We'll do ILS 32. Couple of different options here as well. We're going to do ILS. What is it? ILS 1, ILS 2. DAC 1, DAC 1. Just going to fiddle around and have a little look at this. Doc says they're still using 14. To be fair, it's the 8 knot crosswind and a 2 knot tailwind runway 14, so. Let's have a look. Fire up the charts with the old supercomputer. So, by the looks of it, we're going to be doing this approach. VOR DME ILS runway 14, because that looks like the DAC 1 ILS 14. Via DAC or the Dhaka VOR 112.7. When you've got 1 and 2, so we've got DAC 1 and DAC 2 on the options. You see on the left hand side, sorry, below the Dhaka runway bits, that says DAC 1. That is a type of aircraft categorization, effectively. So we've got number 1, which is for Cat C and D aircraft, and number 2 for category A and B aeroplanes. So to give you an example there, the category B aeroplanes would be things like ATR 72s. By contrast, category C, A320s, and everything else, then it's all good. Category C and D, Airbus A320s, 737s, and beyond that. What else have we got? So, over the VOR at 3,000 feet. Category C and D flying outbound 342 degrees. To 10 DME at 2,000, turning back then to intercept for the ILS approach. Inbound course of 144 degrees. And the decision altitude for us, I think we're category C aircraft in the A310 still. Might be wrong. I think we are. So 250 feet. Airport elevation of 27 feet. And the missed approach there is going to be just climb runway heading, look, 144 degrees. To 2,000 feet and contact air traffic control. Easy peasy. What else have we got here? So, landing on runway 14, which I think is the one we did last time we flew in. We're going to vacate probably hotel with a bit of light braking and some reverse thrust. Taxi down Sierra into Charlie onto the apron to park. somewhere, but Doc's tracking the real flight. We haven't yet worked out where it is parking in real life at the moment. But there's no SIDS or stars. We're just going straight into the approach, which is effectively going to be that. With that in mind, hopefully the weather doesn't change. But we can go VGHS, star, none. ILS 14. There isn't any options, interestingly. DAC 1, ILS 14, DAC 1. There we go. If we insert that and we go back, we should. Doesn't want it. Stars none. There we go. So we have to select no star. That's a bit weird. Hey ho. Stand 12, Doc. Thanks, buddy. Okay, 12. Happy days. That's everything then kind of in and set, really. We just look through some of the data to make sure we identify the top of descent. 75 miles there. Look, DAC 75. That's 75 DME from the DAC VOR, which is good because that then means that we that's going to be about 80 miles the top of descent then, which is pretty good. That's what we want. Interesting. DAC and then DAC again. So we've got two DACs. We move this onto plan mode now, and then we zoom in. A bit old school this. iniBuilds. So we're going to keep it going down to DAC. We've got two DACs. So Candy. Speed limit point. DAC, DAC. So I'm actually going to remove the top one. Which then creates a discontinuity, which we can remove. There we go. So Candy, speed limit point, DAC, and then you can see on the display there, we're going to fly outbound. It will be more curved, more curvy than that. No missed approach stuff in the flight plan, but that's it. We just fly runway heading, so we've kind of briefed for that anyway. End of flight plan, then there's a diversion VEAT there for the alternate airport. If we think about the approach config, we could pop our MDA in, which on the charts we mentioned a moment ago was 250. And it's going to allow us to fly slat 3040. Where is it? There we go. It's on the display there. Slats 30, flaps 40. The other option is 2020. You can see our flap extension speeds there too. But 3040 is fine. It's going to help reduce our speed for final approach. Gives us a rough approach speed of 136 knots. Jolly good. Back to map mode, increase the range. Still got this high level cloud kind of just sat really nicely. Does have ILS, James? Yeah, we have to tune it like we would other aeroplanes, like the old school jets. So down here we've got ILS 1089. We need to tune that 112. Not 112, sorry, 1095. 1095 like so, and put the course in 144. Now we can also put in the Dhaka VOR and have that in. Oh look, the weather radar's picking up some stuff. Yangon on the left, Doc says. Down there somewhere. That's the coastline, look. Very little photogrammetry around Myanmar. Very unstable part of the world. They are placed so neatly. I mean, it's weird to think it's live weather because it is nicely done, isn't it? The clouds formation, but interested to see actually the weather radar working a little bit. So over there, in fact, you can kind of just about see it. Look, 80 miles away on our 10 o'clock, which is about over there. This big cluster. That is what's being shown on the nav display weather radar at the moment, which is pretty cool. Nothing ahead though yet. But there's the sun. And it's going to start to move down as we close in on Dhaka. Just change that to make sure it's in line with our direction of travel, 310. And we can also manually set a decision height, 223. With that in mind, 223. 220 is the closest, but we can't set that. So 225's the closest, rounding up. If it was 230 or 220, we would select 230 because you want minimums higher than the actual charted minimums, not rounding down below it. Let's see, pop that on as well, 225, so they match. Ronnie, you're not an Airbus guy. It will catch you, suck you in eventually. I thought I was an Airbus guy because I like the simplicity and the way in which it flies with ease. But this blows my mind. The 737 is just even better, to be honest. I love it. Here's the cabin. I do love this cabin. It's really well done. You get these little bits on the IFE screens there. But yeah, definitely have a look, as Rabba said, Ronnie, at my tutorials. There's a whole selection of PMDG tutorials to get you started on the 737. Same with the ATR as well, so if you're looking at flying the ATR, do check out my ATR tutorials playlist, because that's got everything you need to know to get started as well. Why is the iniBuilds A310 successful and not the A300? So they are making an A300, albeit slowly. That is going to be the next iniBuilds product, I believe. Coming at some point in the near future. I don't think I've ever gone down to the galley down here, actually. I'm going to have a little punt down and have a look. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm the same living on a player. Because the A310 is this weird, stubby looking version of an A300, I'm not a mega fan of it because it is just a weird aeroplane. But they've done a great job with it, to be fair. MSFS, Regs. Yeah, keep plugging away at it up, Ronnie. If you go to my website, BritishAvGeek.com, there's a PMDG 737 section. Just plug away and have a little look through those. Grab the checklist I've created as well for free. And sync yourselves into the tutorials. Eventually, Ronnie, you'll find that it will just click. And then you're going to be absolutely loving it. Because it is epic. Anything Boeing, a checklist is useful for. Living on a player there saying the checklist is useful for the 737, absolutely. What's flight, sir? Good evening. Yeah, the A310 is great for flight sim, but we all would love an A300, wouldn't we? I'd love an A300 600F. Those of you who follow me on Instagram as well, I took a picture of the DHL aircraft flying into Heathrow, taxiing past me as it had vacated the runway. And then I sat there watching it thinking it would be so great to have that in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But I get the same feelings with an A350 as well, to be fair. I find myself constantly sitting on the apron at the airport thinking, I wish that was available. Same with the 757. Flying the 737-900 again, MPS Gaming. Epic. Great aeroplane, isn't it? Super lanky as well. Gives you a whole appreciation of speed, size and length. Yeah, hopefully we won't be waiting too much longer for the iniBuilds A300. There's every chance that they're going to announce it at FS Expo as well, which is closing in actually. It's only about a week and a bit away, I think, isn't it? So I'm hoping that they do release something at that point for it. Whether it be a launch news or release schedule or something for the A300, but I would love to know that. I would love to think that they're going to announce at least some form of release schedule or even a release date at FS Expo. Who knows? Again, that's just purely kind of a guess. Nothing confirmed or anything, but. Can't get how quiet it is outside. I thought I remembered it having a little bit of a roar. But there's not much. G'day 707 liner, welcome. I think so. I mean, they announced that they're going to release or announce something big, didn't they, in the iniBuilds recent announcements on their social media. They have kind of been hinting and dropping hints about them potentially developing an Airbus A380 for MSFS. So it might be that they're going to announce something in relation to that project. But I'd like to see it be an A310 release, to be honest with you guys. That would be better. What do we think of the Aerosoft news from yesterday? Aerosoft saying that their next product after the A330-300, releasing soon for MSFS, is going to be the A330neo. I think it's a weird choice, but then I do understand why. They do, as they've said, Mathis has said in the Aerosoft forums, they do work outside of flight sim for developers, airlines and other companies and things, which suggests to me, you know when you see like a promotional video from an airline and it looks like it's a 787-10 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think that is Aerosoft producing that sort of. It's that sort of thing. You know, they've paid for a company to generate that video for the purpose of a promo about a new aircraft release or something like that. So I think that's maybe the reason why they've gone down the A330neo route, because they're going to be paid by an airline or an airport, a big company outside of the sim community to create stuff for it. Fuel quantities good. Inboard left tanks though slightly more empty than the right tanks. Weird. No idea, James. Hopefully. Who knows? NLS was creating an A340, but that project seems to have died a death. Whee, that's weird. What are we doing here? Right, that's weird. I'm trying to multitask here because YouTube live chat is going absolutely mad at me. So I'm working at trying to kind of... Where is it? Right, so what do we got here? Jolly good. It is decided on Discord, so that's in response to Andrew saying, when are you planning streams and routes? Do you go by requested routes or just pick places that you fancy to go with? It's a little bit of a blend of both, to be honest, buddy. It entirely depends on things like what aircraft and airport sceneries and things like that may have been released around that period of time as well, because sometimes things will be a little bit quick with the way that we have to kind of make those stream decisions. There's that little blob on the weather radar there, look, that's that there, which is epic. It's nice to see a weather radar that actually works, to be fair. At least shows something. Yeah, we have a flight request section in Discord, Andrew, so we kind of try and use a little bit of that too. But it all depends on what's happening at the time. Doc saying, with this rate, I guess we would have a freeware and payware A350 and A380 sooner than later. I hope so. I hope so. I'm still really confused by the whole Project Megapack trying to team up with Headwind Simulations thing. I'm also surprised that people have... I saw there's over 60,000 people in the Project Megapack Discord again, and I thought, are people that willing to kind of just forget about how toxic they were when they left the community 2 years ago? I find it remarkable. We should be able to kind of just stand up to it and go, no, you know what, you lot can just shove off and fizzle away into the background and never come back. But, you know, somehow they found their way back and people have just kind of opened their arms, gone, oh, welcome back. I just find it very surprising, that chat from yesterday. Really insane. I love the A380 RAV. If there was one in the flight sim, it would just be epic. And I'm not sure. They've just hinted towards it, buddy. They've just hinted towards it. Oh, critics saying there that they've dropped the A380 project. When have they announced that? And yeah, what did they say at the time? That's interesting. I find it difficult to kind of keep up to date with a lot of it, to be fair. Brilliant. Well done, YouTube. $36,000. Dawley's coming up. We need to do a fuel check. I don't get it. I mean, if anybody's wondering as well, by the way, the Flight Simmer 1001 guy is that oxygen thief that is Pilot Tim and everything else. So all of you, if you can still see his messages, Flight Simmer 1001, just click them, click report and spam, and go from there. Eventually YouTube will listen. Yeah, he is. Can you get the Dreamliner without the posh version of Microsoft Flight Simulator? Sadly not. No, he's not. Have a good one, Oz Flight Simmer. Where are we at? Gotta stop wasting time on these people, don't we? Hey? Yeah, you can't get the 787 without having Premium Deluxe Edition, sadly. Yeah, unfortunately not, Andy. It'd be great if they did, to be fair. Ronnie says, is it disrespectful to press Alt F4 when messing up the plane, then the controller getting annoyed? Is that on VATSIM? Because you could just disconnect from VATSIM if you're if it's making that much of a mess. But yeah, ideally tell them that you're going to disconnect, because that would be the right thing to do. There we are. Right, let's not get sidetracked too much, eh? So, yeah, Flight Simmer 1001. He's been hidden again for now. It's odd, isn't it? Because apparently somebody can create a account, become a channel member, then immediately delete the account's channel so that it doesn't exist, and then it kind of circumvents some of the stuff. It's remarkable how that can happen on a platform like YouTube. Yeah, just basically tell them to disconnect, Ronnie. If it's all going horribly wrong and you know, a lot of errors then start to compound on themselves, and you find that all of a sudden you're unable to manage the aircraft anymore. Yeah, if you need to, just disconnect. But you could just say, on the VATSIM network, for example, you could just transmit and say, I'm going to disconnect. I've got a number of problems, and then that's fine. That's absolutely fine to do that. Andy, to be fair, it's difficult, isn't it? Because it's a very expensive upgrade. Yeah, Badger, that is the case. I'm on YouTube live chat at the moment about it. The person I spoke to before was unable to kind of do anything, but because the channel doesn't exist apparently, we have to actually find his account ID. Apparently that's the only way they can solve it, which is interesting. I would have thought Google would have had the power to kind of feed in and kill an account like that. It's interesting how it's all a bit of a mess, isn't it? Could be some interesting news today from Apple about a VR headset. 707 line is saying there. It's their big annual development conference starting today for Apple. To be fair, I've lost. I've never really been a fan of Apple for a long time. I made the switch to Android a couple of years ago, and I've never really looked back since. My current phone is a Google Pixel 7 Pro, and it is the best mobile phone that I've ever owned. It's so good. I'm on my second one now as well though, because I dropped my other one. In fact, I dropped a bottle of perfume on it, and that's what cracked the screen. And it was only a small crack, but it actually obliterated the touchscreen function of it because of the way the crack had kind of obliterated up the glass. So I got it repaired, but in that time I'd ended up buying a new one by accident because I thought that it wasn't going to get repaired, basically. And it depends on the rest of your spec, to be honest. I would be looking into whether or not the CPU and the RAM and everything else is compatible with a 4070. But I'd also be looking at various different benchmarking tests to see if the 3070 Ti performs better than the 4070, because I know some of the 4000 series GPUs are rated worse than the 3000 GPUs from NVIDIA. A little bit of weather towards in 80 miles. That's all of that, which is interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, let's have a look on Volanta, see how we are all getting on. It keeps bouncing all of the screenshots back, so it's going to be a bit of a low numbered day today for that. My goodness, look at all that traffic around, is that Don Muang? Christ, it is. Jeez. We are about halfway. We zoom in a bit there. Active flight at the moment, just over halfway, in fact, towards Dhaka. And we've got the little line of people flying along. Zartone is 747. A couple of screenshots. Here's the new Osprey 747 livery for P3D being worked on at the moment. Very nice. Model matches slightly differently because it's in MSFS, obviously a 747-8. We've got MPS Gaming behind in the 737-900s. Followed by Nausicaa. Oh, he's in the H-Jet, the Honda Jet. With the Druk Air call sign. No, it's the Vision Jet, in fact, isn't it? Critic in the A330. Trying to see if he's got any screenshots. None. That's our pilots for the day by the looks of it. Job as well. Bangladesh 390. Can't see anyone else. Ah, Critic, fair enough. I didn't know that was a kind of a rule with the free premium version, the free Volanta version actually. Ah yes, Ian, found you. Good spot. Osprey 2472. Boom, there we go, look at that. Epic screenshots. Very nice. I'm looking forward to an A310, an A300. Oh, there we go, pushing back. Good old GSX. Oh, it does give us some comedy, doesn't it, for the day? That sort of weird stuff happening in the sim. There's that weather that we are supposedly flying towards. Might leave the wing icing on actually for that. That's a little ominous. Look at that. High level cloud at 360. That's quite dense as well, isn't it? It's a cool livery. There are two others as well, actually. I think on the ini manager from iniBuilds, you can download different liveries for the A310 and various other aircraft inside their little livery manager section. And with that, you can kind of choose which one you like the most. There's loads of liveries available for this A310, to be fair, through iniBuilds. This is the more recent Biman Bangladesh livery. Yeah, Sim's looking fantastic, isn't it? Little trickler contrails just at beyond the tail. Ian, oh no! I have a sneaky suspicion that whilst I was frozen in midair, my fuel kept on going down as the sim was still running on the task manager. I'm about a ton behind. Oops. That's never a good thing, is it? Be interesting to see if we get turbulence now as well. Quite nice seeing the kind of wispiness of the cloud, to be fair. Oh, you could declare a fuel emergency. That's one way of wiping it all out to a zero in, but I suppose then it does kind of wipe out your progress, doesn't it, as well, in the financial side of New Sky. Look at this. 36,000 feet in the pea soup. My goodness. Smooth though, smooth there. Zato, orbiting Earth. At flight level 4,000. 400,000 feet. Is that beyond the moon? What altitude would the moon be at? There's a question for you. If 0 feet was ground level on Earth. Ronnie, not often, no. Critic, yeah, you've always got to make sure that you double check to make sure what unit you're using in flight. So whether you're using pounds or kilograms. Rab's in it at flight level 430 as well. Any turbulence for you, Rab? In the sim for you? Pop Rock said since Microsoft Flight Simulator was released, probably about an hour after, a month after the sim was released, I kind of got back into Flight Sim's VATSIM network. It was a long time. Long time since I'd ever been flight simming, to be fair. It must have been about 10 years or so, as a bit of a break between flight simming and when I previously used a flight sim, which was Flight Sim 2002, I think it was. I'm trying to remember now. Which is still at my mum's house, interestingly enough. The moon is approximately 1,189,165,440 feet away from Earth. Okay, my goodness. ChatGPT told you that, Doc. Epic. I still haven't really used any like AI stuff that much in the past, but some of the stuff that you do get does blow my mind. Critic can see our contrails, or no, Ian's, Zarto's contrails. Oh no, Osprey 2472, that's Ian actually. Yeah. Birdman says your GPU is using AI right now. Oh yes it is, frame generation. Ronnie uses AI every day in his everyday life. Every time I've got a question that I would have to search articles for, I'd just ask ChatGPT. I need to write an email, use AI. Interesting. David, hello buddy. Crikey, that is quite remarkable, isn't it? Didn't even know that was a feature. Yeah, I suppose it's no different to Siri or Google Assistant and that sort of stuff as well, Doc. You make a good point, to be fair. We've kind of had it for a little while, really, haven't we? Living on a Player saying, pretty cool what we can do with AI in the beta version of Photoshop. I didn't know you could actually input and import AI into it, to be fair. Marlos, hello to you, welcome, hope you're well. We can't see very much here at the moment. Properly in the pea soup. Let's just realign the horizon. You want to try and get like a screen grab of it. If you need transparent backgrounds, this is the weather you just need to fly into, because you can appear in one of these aeroplanes, whatever it is you need, literally head into the cloud, and then things like GIMP and Photoshop will be able to literally stitch around the aircraft and delete everything else into the background, which is a really good way of doing it. Think of it as a bit of a green screen, if you like. Living on a Player saying, if you want extra space around the edges of a photo, we used to have to do it all manually, taking quite a lot of time, but now you can just click a few buttons and Photoshop will generate it, and it's good. Oh my god. Yeah, Thomas sent me some examples of AI generating an image in Discord the other week, and it was actually quite remarkable, the level of detail and accuracy in some of them. Boa says you wait till quantum computers become available, they need to increase the number of qubits first. Naught and ones are superposition. I don't know what superposition is. Top of descent marker in about 130 nautical miles, just after CTG. We've already briefed for the approach, haven't we? We've figured out what we're going to be doing. What things that we'll just have to kind of keep an eye on nearer the time is weights, speeds, and a double check prior to top of descent. A little double check of the weather data and everything as well. Dhaka control, Ibrahim. Thank you very much. Epic. 125.7. Thank you very much for dropping online for us, Ibrahim. Really kind of you. Thanks for providing some ATC. 1257. Pre-tune him ready. How are you doing, Ibrahim? Hope you're well. I love it. We can fly along somewhere announced only 24 hours in advance, and then all of a sudden people dive online and help us out with a whole load of extra immersion, because that's what a good VATSIM coverage gives, isn't it? It's that immersion from flying and having other people all around the world providing us with some really realistic ATC. It's great. Ibrahim says, by the way guys, I'm going to do some real world style ops, so expect fully procedural controlling as well on approach. And approach VOR DME ILS 14. Epic. That's what we planned for actually. ILS, yeah, the VOR DME ILS 14 approach, which, just to confirm, Ibrahim, is this one, right? Over the Dhaka VOR, outbound 10 DME, and then round back in on the turn for the ILS. There's the current METAR for Dhaka in the live chat for you guys. As of 13:30 Zulu, 230 degrees at 6 knots, 4,000 meters visibility, so 4 kilometers visibility in haze, so low vis. A few clouds, 10,000 feet, 34 degrees Celsius, super hot. Dew point 22 degrees. There's a really good spread with the temperature and the dew point, so it's not like fog. Haze would be linked to other environmental factors. And the QNH 1002. Yeah, I mean, initially we planned for DAC 1 ILS 14 in the flight plan. Critic. Although, well, now it's just a 6 knot crosswind. It's good, isn't it? We haven't flown the A310 for ages. Yet we're tracking it on New Sky, and we're flying into Dhaka on VATSIM into low visibility and very hot weather. What could possibly go wrong? Starting to thin out below us though. We're starting to get a little bit of coverage. And actually we're about to speak to Dhaka Control, in fact, so crossing over Avled, that's when the start of their airspace comes in. Badges up front, Osprey 919 flying offline in the A320 Neo. I'm excited for this. I'm just going to have to remember how to actually fly a nice smooth descent in the A310. I'm sure I'm going to make loads of mistakes. I made enough on departure, didn't I? God, it was right messy. Look how stunning that is. We move to the dash. Really nice. Lots of high level clouds. Critic, are you in our Discord server? Because you're saying obviously Flight Plan had given you 3.2, but if you look on our Discord server in the live streams announcements channel bit, you'll see the routing for today. I'll put it in the live chat anyway. So that was our route for today. Estimated landing weight is going to be about 106.5 tons, so 106,500 kilograms. Incredibly heavy. We'll give it a go. Ibrahim, interesting saying there, flight plan as usual giving the wrong thing if you're kind of planning and it shows on runway 32. All of the time we use 14, and unless and until there is excessive tailwind. Oh, crikey. 2,900 nautical miles. How many hours would that take? If it wants to load just over 100 passengers, crikey. Not sure then. Oh, look. Over there. Contrails. Kind of just skirting into the clouds, so we can't see them very well. Dhaka Control, good evening, Bangladesh 389er, Airbus A310, flight level 360, inbound TANAP.
Bangladesh 389er, Dhaka Control, report your estimated at TANAP.
Mach decimal 80, Bangladesh 389er.
Sir, your estimated at TANAP, time Zulu.
Stand by, I'll find out. It's going to be estimated 1406 Zulu.
C89 Dhaka identified, report next Charlie Tango Golf.
Wilco, report next Charlie Tango Golf, Bangladesh 389er. Optimal there, look. Flight level 390. So 380 we could have stepped up to give us a little bit more fuel efficiency during our flight today. There's an aircraft going the opposite direction, skirting into that cloud that we've just now left. David, they're saying they're both Singapore and Doc saying the same thing actually. They're Singapore Airlines 787s heading for Singapore on VATSIM. Epic.
Singapore 447 leaving my space, no further details available, monitoring you come, bye bye.
7 hours, David. Ooh, for 100 passengers. Not sure, to be honest then. Boeing business jet, maybe? 737-800, you'd have like 20-30 passengers. Yeah, there's nothing really kind of in that midpoint, is there, for that sort of thing?
And Dhaka Control,
BB jet, the Boeing business jet to the 737-800 probably wouldn't make a loss in that sense, but it's hard to work out.
Dhaka Control, good evening, report your next waypoint.
Inbound waypoint Avled.
Osprey 7474 Roger, report estimated Charlie Tango Golf.
Sounds like a proper radio, that, doesn't it? It's actually the static makes it a little difficult to kind of understand.
Standby.
Landing elevation, where are we? 27 feet. What options do we get? 50. Yeah, that'll do. Closest we're gonna get. Closer than 0, that's for sure.
Osprey 7474, we could expect Charlie Tango Golf at 1415.
No more weather on the radar. Slight tailwind.
Confirm 1415 Zulu?
1415 Zulu, confirmed.
Osprey 7474, Roger. Thank you. You are identified at level 400, report ready for descent.
18 miles to Charlie Tango Golf.
Osprey 7474.
It's good now. This is going to push us because it's something maybe I'm not very familiar with. You're going to get slight regional differences perhaps with flying around Bangladesh compared to that of the UK or the States as well, the US. So it'd be interesting to see
Osprey 7474, top of descent's coming up. I request
what we get actually.
Osprey 7474, initially descent flight level 340.
340, 7474.
How's it top of descent already? And you're lower. Critic, yeah. I can't find fixed rings in here. Yeah. Bit of a shame. Fixed rings can be very useful. Certainly in IMC as well. Be very, very handy. Look at that. The stillness of the water as well. Cloud just below us. This little pocket of clouds. Just sailing over. And there's our Biman Bangladesh A310. Anti-ice was still on, yeah. Only through the clouds, but I could probably turn it off now, to be fair. Click a waypoint in the legs page and you'll see a fix. Carlito says. Let's try. The Bangladesh 389 is crossing Charlie Tango Golf.
Roger, when ready, descend flight level 150.
When ready, descend flight level 150, Bangladesh 389. No, no fixes. Was it when ready, descend 150? Ah, I forgot. I tried that Carlito, but it wasn't there either. Look. Not an either. Ah, damn it. Now I've clicked the wrong button. Ah, now I've clicked immediate descent. Is it 150? Oh well, we'll just commit. It'll be a smoother descent. Yeah, live weather. This is still night shift brain fog affecting me at the moment. Which is why you have two pilots in real life, because if one is got like a melted brain like I have over the last couple of days, the other pilot will be hopefully fresher and will be cross-checking everything. Tat in icing range still.
The shake and report estimated admin.
E-Hawk, good afternoon.
Repeat for Osprey 7474.
That was native sir. It was for Bangladesh 389er. Bangladesh 389er report estimated admin.
Progress, Admiral 1217. Hey Stab, I'll just work it out. Change the sim time. 40 miles. Oneka. It's suggesting 5 minutes. Longer. Dhaka Control Bangladesh 389er.
And 474 passing Charlie Tango Golf.
Osprey 7474, Roger that. When you can continue descent flight level 230.
Continue descent to flight level 230, Osprey 7474.
Bangladesh 389er, it seems that your previous transmission was blocked. Can you say again?
It's estimated Admil time 1417 Zulu.
Bangladesh 389er.
So this is one of the problems I've got. I've changed the flight sim time to, I thought it was an even time in relation to the time currently. It is, yeah. Just wind the time forwards a little bit there. Because real time there, the little blue line on Parallel 42's Flow Pro time menu thing, it's darkness already. So because I wanted to enjoy the sights into Dhaka, we've wound the time back into this, well, what's now an arrival in kind of the twilight zone, sunset element area of the day. So that does change somewhat the Zulu time for reporting things. When we're flying Oceanic as well, live time is certainly much easier, but when you're asked for an estimated time in Zulu, it needs to be the real time in Zulu, not the time in your sim, because the controller will be obviously working with real Zulu time, not aware that you are using a time 3 hours 37 minutes different to that, for example. So something to consider. You then have to kind of work out roughly when you're going to arrive at Admiral. So it says 12:18Z, which I think is 14:18Z now. So it's slipped slightly because I've wound the time back 2 or 3 hours prior to current time. If you're enjoying today's live stream, don't forget, hit the like button, hit subscribe. We are almost there.
Zulu Sierra Mike, Uniform Lima on flight level 220.
Zulu Sierra Mike, Uniform Lima, Dhaka. Report your next waypoint.
Zulu Sierra Mike, Uniform Lima, flying direct to VOR, direction to Beacon.
Double strobes on the wings.
To airport Victor Golf Charlie Bravo.
All of my screenshots are just failing all the time on Balanta nowadays. Even trying to upload one at a time, but then that in itself becomes time consuming.
Expect waypoint Admiral at 1426 Zulu. 1426 Zulu.
1426 Zulu is copied for Osprey 7474. And the Zulu Sierra Mike Uniform Lima. Confirm, sir, inbound Charlie Bravo NDB.
Critic, so
to Charlie Bravo DMB.
Try and pick a time that's realistic. So what I try to do is match it to the minute, so the minute stays the same. I just change the hour. So 12:15 Zulu at the moment, because the real Zulu is 14:15 Zulu or 15 Zulu, 15:16 UK time. So that way, all I've got to do is add 2 hours. If that makes sense.
Is copied. Unfortunately, I cannot give you any flight following service. Expect a basic service over Bangladesh.
Welcome. Well, it's absolutely just lost the.
Flight information.
Look at that, the VNAV just went from being okay to then underneath. And it's just stuck us nose down like 1600 foot per minute. Here it comes again. Sloppy VNAV. We're in profile mode. Profile descent. Weird. Oh well. And we are flying towards that patch of cloud. I think underneath there is going to be Dhaka. Somewhere. It almost, yeah, we were almost like Trim Runaway, wasn't it? Panic. New trousers, please. Oh, we're back on profile now anyway, which is good.
Zulu Sierra Mike, Uniform Lima, request out of cockpits for 30 minutes, 30 minutes.
Confirm 30 minutes.
30 minutes, correct.
Wow.
Zulu Sierra Mike Uniform Lima.
Just disconnect.
Zulu Sierra Mike Uniform Lima, at the moment I can give you 15 minutes due to frequency of traffic at the moment is very high. So I'd like to, 15 minutes and then report back, then I can give you another 15 minutes later on.
Zulu Sierra Mike Uniform Lima, then disregard, we will sit in the cockpit for now.
Just go offline. If you're flying a half hour, you're probably going to be out of airspace.
389er, confirm report crossing Admiral.
A firm crossing Admiral, now Bangladesh 389er.
Roger, Bangladesh 389er, route direct Delta Alpha Charlie, descent altitude 4,000 feet to be level by Delta Alpha Charlie, QNH 1002.
Then 4,000 feet level Delta Alpha Charlie, direct Delta Alpha Charlie, and QNH 1002, Bangladesh 389er.
389er, correct. So the approach will be viewer, DME ILS approach runway 14, report overhead the viewer.
Wilco, expect VOR, DME ILS approach runway 14 and report over the VOR, Bangladesh 389er. God, my mouth's probably like tongue tweezer today. I don't know why. I feel like I'm chasing it. I don't know why I feel like I'm chasing it, but I feel like I'm chasing it today. It does take about 2-3 days for your brain to kind of recover from nights. That I suppose is probably part and parcel of it. So and I'm in an aeroplane that's a little bit more unfamiliar than I'm otherwise used to. 4,000, that's set. Report over the VOR.
4 miles. Osprey 598, good evening. Report your estimated at Charlie Tango Golf.
So we've been cleared to get to Delta Alpha Charlie, which is the VOR over the airfield. So we popped the charts back on. It's a final reminder of our approach today. We're going direct towards 112.7 Delta Alpha Charlie, the Dhaka VOR.
Estimated at Charlie Tango Golf.
From that, we're going to go outbound 342 degrees, but we might actually get vectors from ATC as well. In all likelihood, we will be given this procedural turn here, going outbound 342 degree track to 10 DME before then turning back round on ourselves to fly the ILS inbound course 144, frequency 109.5 for the 3-letter identifier, India Delta Alpha. We've got our minimums tuned in, we've got the QNH and everything ready, and we've kind of briefed for what we're expecting for vacating as well. We might as well go actually properly direct to Delta Alpha Charlie. I wasn't going to bother because if you look at the nav display, it's literally a straight line anyway. So it's entirely, doesn't change anything in effect. But that's fine. We shall do it anyway. Bypass the other waypoints. And we're going to go for low auto brake. We're going to go reverse thrust.
Dhaka controller.
It's going to be a full flap and slat landing. Parking brake is off. And we've got the seatbelts on already. Look at this, wonderful. So that's the easiest way to do it, Critic. Same as myself. Real time has got the same minutes as the time that I got in the sim. So then I've just got to think about the hours. How many hours have I wound the time back by? 2. And then I just add 2 to the time in the FMS for reporting Zulu time for position reports.
About 5 minutes. Negative, sir. I was asking for the distance. Distance reaching till Charlie Tango Golf. Oh, I'm sorry. Distance. 4 miles.
Transition level about 60.
508, thank you very much. Report crossing Charlie Tango Golf and report when ready for descent.
I feel busy already and we're not even flying the approach yet. But yeah, 4,000 meters visibility in haze for the approach and an 8 knot crosswind for us to contend with, and a 2 knot tailwind component as well. In an aeroplane we've not flown in quite a while. But we've done alright so far. We've got to Bangladesh at least. Just haven't landed yet. Like saying hello, wishing everybody good luck for the approach. How cool is that? Sure is, Hayes. Rab says it was a difficult landing, but it went well. Critic and Ian are on top of each other. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? The one above technically has right of way, doesn't it? But it'll be interesting for ATC. 30 miles to Delta Alpha Charlie now. Want to be at 4,000 by that point. I'm actually going to go to... Let's just keep it on profile mode. 250 is good for the speed. We want lights. I'm going to put the wing lights on as well because it looks snazzy. Do a little double ding for the crew. And we'll change the radius of the nav to 15. 10 miles to Delta Alpha Charlie. Final checks for the approach. ILS is 1095,144 inbound. That's all set and correct. Not going to get any indications of it just yet though. And we're going to cross the transition altitude at flight level 60.
Dakar Control, Royal Battalion 25, flight level 360 inbound Evelyn.
Royal Battalion 25, good evening, Dhaka Control. Stand by, break Osprey 7474, confirm, passing Kandy.
Want to bring our speed down now as best as we can towards minimum clean.
Osprey 7474, descent flight level 60, expect 1 holding over Delta Alpha Charlie.
Holds behind us.
Delta Alpha Charlie, Osprey 7474.
Just going to reach at 4,000 there. We're going on vertical speed mode now. I want...
The 389 report reaching, report DME till Delta Alpha Charlie.
4 DME, Delta Alpha Charlie, Bangladesh 389.
Osprey 7474, report DME till Delta Alpha Charlie.
Delta Alpha Charlie,
Set, pop speed, take down to
11 nautical miles.
Yeah, Osprey 7474 in that case, continue descent flight level 60 and
Look at the speed up, we're pushing it, but look at this.
Continue to
How
60
epic.
and we'll do one hold
Get the old
for
cabin
Delta
view.
Alpha Charlie, Osprey
Oh.
7474.
Dhaka Control, Osprey 598, just pass Tango Golf, ready for descent.
Osprey 598, roger that, continue descent flight level 230, next reporting point admin.
Descent to 0.
Come on, I need to get in.
Admin, Osprey 598.
Bangladesh 389 over, Delta Alpha Charlie.
Bangladesh 389 clear for the approach, descent 2000 feet, report turning inbound.
Descent 2,000 feet cleared for the approach and report inbound for 389.
Royal Bhutan 25, report your DME till Charlie Tango Golf.
Flaps.
.27 nautical miles.
Continuous relight.
1025.
Royal Bhutan 25, thank you very much. Report passing Charlie Tango Golf.
Let's mute the music. There we
Report
go.
passing Charlie Tango 12, Royal Battalion 25.
We now need to pop that onto ILS.
Osprey
195,144.
7474, once established
Yeah,
on
the
the road,
airport's
report.
right below.
Once established in the hold, we'll report Osprey 7474.
Well, it was below us. We're outbound now. We'll aim to hold 180. Spoilers retracted.
Osprey 7474
Now armed.
established on the hold.
The Osprey 7474 on the hold, continue descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1002. Report leaving the hold to establish on outbound Delta Alpha Charlie VOR for the VOR Demi ILS approach.
Roger, when in the approach descent to 4,000, QNH 1002, and exiting the hold, we will establish on the Dakar VOR for the ILS 32 Osprey 7474.
Big mistake. Let's get back up. Big mistake. Shows, doesn't it? One little bit of unfamiliarity with the plane, and then you kind of feel like you're chasing stuff. Look how quick errors begin to compound. All these little things amount to becoming too low, becoming unstable, all the rest of it. But it is great to have the pressure applied at times. Oh, it's fantastic, Ibrahim. Thank you very much. Really cool. (342) heading selects, and then inbound the field now. So turning. Monitor the turn, go for 15 degrees. Bangladesh 389 is turning inbound.
Bangladesh 389, Roger, report established on the ILS.
A report established ILS, Bangladesh 389. What are we going for? 144, 5674. Smooth 15. What's our flap extension speed for flap 20? 195, we're 180, so that's fine. Let's go flaps 20. Almost silence in the cabin.
Osprey 598, continue descent flight level 120.
Yeah, all the brakes set low. There it is.
Descent to 120, Osprey 28.
That's all set.
Roll Baton 25, overhead Charlie Tango Golf.
Roll Baton 25, thank you. When ready, descent flight level 200, next reporting waypoint Admiral.
When ready down to flight level 200, we'll report Admiral for Roll Baton 25.
And Roll Baton 25, can you please kindly report your Admiral at Zulu, which time?
Admiral will be 1439 Zulu for Roll Baton 25.
So heading 174 for 30 degree intercept, VL active. To make sure, yeah, spoilers are armed. Final approach active. Lock, land. Autopilot 2 engaged. Bangladesh 389 is established 8 miles ILS.
Bangladesh 389, thank you. Check your gears down and lock, success wind 240 degrees 08 knots, clear to land on a 14.
Runway 14, clear to land, Bangladesh 389. Gear down, full flap, 160 till 4 DME. Oh, look at that. What a view! Here we go.
Osprey 7474, you can exit the hold, establish on the outbound.
Yeah, 4,000 meters visibility in haze. My goodness.
Exit the hold and we'll establish on the Delta Alpha Charlie VOR Osprey 7475.
Look how spectacular this is. Right, let's focus now. Glide slopes alive. Missed approach set to 2000, track 144. Let's ensure that that is set. 144 heading select, just in case. 144. And the approach speed 132. We're going to add wind correction 5, 137. Okay, gear down 3 green locked, auto brake low, spoilers armed, flaps 30-40, park braking is off, cabin crew advised and lights and signs set as required, ignition continuous and relight.
And
No white lights.
7474 established on the VOR.
Osprey 7474, roger that.
Missed approach briefed.
Outbound the radial 342.
3 miles, still no vis.
We'll report on the outbound 342 Osprey.
Runway's going to appear at some point soon. It will be choppy, Rab says. There's the leading lights, the approach. Couple of screen grabs. Wow, look at that. I'm not going to turn this, the visualizer on just yet because, in fact, where's Sky Dolly? Quick. Hit the record button. Now I will. Autopilot off. Auto thrust off. Oh, it is a bit choppy. All of a sudden, like a mega bit of a gust there on the crosswind. Looking ahead. Retard. Hold the flare. Down. Hold on the centre line and reverse. Stick forwards. Wowzers. Decelerating 80 knots. Woo.
Good evening, Dhaka Control. Thai
There's Zato overhead.
Inbound 10 up at 10 miles.
Thai 339 at Dhaka Control. Good evening. Report Charlie Tango Golf.
Don't stop.
Charlie Tango Golf.
Oh, bloody auto brake issue. There we go.
1439 Zulu, Thai 339 up.
That was epic.
Thai 339.
Look how low the visibility was.
Report crossing Charlie Tango Golf.
We'll report crossing Charlie Tango Golf at Thai
Zato is, there he is.
Control Osprey 598.
So good.
Admil inbound Onivo.
Master on.
Osprey 598 standby. Osprey 747.
Auto brakes stuck on there as we were trying to kind of bring the speed down and take over the braking to manual brakes. They stuck on for some reason. Again, probably my fault.
389er, welcome to Dhaka. Contact tower 1183. Bye bye.
Oh, 1183 for Bangladesh 3890. Thanks, ATC. 1183.
Osprey 7474, contact Dhaka tower frequency 118.3. Bye bye.
1183, thanks for the ATC service. Fantastic job, Osprey 7474.
Dhaka Control, Osprey 2472 with you, flight level 360, inbound TANAP, expect to cross...
On the radial 342.
Jeez, how was he so quick?
Osprey 7474, confirm radial 342 outbound.
Affirmative, Osprey 7474.
Osprey 7474, roger, report turning inbound for the ILS approach.
We'll report turning inbound for the ILS approach, Osprey 7474.
Look at that. Bangladesh Tower, correction, Dhaka Tower, hello, Bangladesh 389er is vacated to Sierra 1, request taxi gates. Top left, is that touchdown?
Dhaka Tower, welcome, taxi by Sierra 1, Sierra, Victor, the number 5.
Taxi Sierra 1, Sierra Victor, stand 5, Bangladesh 3 Honor. Right, there we go. Let's clear that. I haven't lowered them yet because I want to grab a little screen grab like this. Look at that. That is proper cool. Let's get rid of the spoilers now. It shows that my brain today is full at a dock. Sierra Victor stand 5 GSX. Ori, hello. Assume it's gate. Oh, no, it's not. A GSX ramp 5. Got my charts up ready, and here we go. Look at the lighting. The Dhaka scenery by Final Approach Design is spectacular, folks. It literally is, Doc. Yeah, my brain is as foggy as Dhaka right now. 2A, 3, 4, 5. Right, cool. So just pretty much where the red signs begin, that's roughly where we'll be turning in. Zoom. Probably turn the runway turn-off lights off now as well. And the wing lights. Where's the APU air? There it is. Stand 4, stand 5. Look at that scenery, folks. Landing lights off. Sorry, taxi lights off. For turning in. Toby eye tracker. Let's get her ready. We've got VGHS under the 5 number.
Dhaka Tanker on spray 7474 established on the ILS.
Oh, we're very over apparently.
7474 for the 6 pilot CME runway 1.
Confirm. Established on the ILS 14 Osprey 7474.
Offset, but position true to life apparently.
Wind 230 degrees 05 knots, jet line on 14.
Bringing our speed right down. Looking for the guidance. That arrow creeps in. This is one of my favourite sceneries, I think. You know what, the A310 really does like to kind of run away from itself. I'll release the brakes and look at us accelerate now. 6, 5, 4, too fast. And then you do a tiny little bit of brakes and it just slams them on. And they'll say, well, that's a control sensitivity issue. But as we saw, my sensitivity is like minus 83%. Can't make it any less sensitive without turning it to like the mush. 1 meter. Cool. Stop. Oh my god. That's super weird. Didn't like that. Very good parking from GSX. Love it. There it is. I'm not going to... In fact, I will. I'll deboard because it looks snazzy, doesn't it?
The boarding requested.
QATL. Please run live update. The add-on unknown is causing the QATL engine to restart. Please run live update. Interesting. GSX.
The boarding requested.
Okay, now it works. Who knows? Like a little bit of a weird file somewhere that's gone a bit bust. But here we go. Look how stunning this is. Got little rear wing lights on. Zato's coming in, by the way, so we're gonna grab a quick screen grab, turn the beacon off, and we're gonna quickly, I say quickly, get to the threshold to watch the 747 come in to land in this haze. Here he comes. Look at that for timing, my god. Crosswind, windsock on the left, look, showing you gusting right across the runway actually. Oh. Here's the Queen. The Osprey Airways fleet. Epic. And the other guys are overhead. There he is. I think that's MPS. Might be someone else. Turning over the DAC VOR now, heading outbound for the procedure. And look at this for a scenery. I think it's the first time seeing this in the RTX 4090, isn't it? What an image.
Osprey 747 vacated, runway 14.
Just so good. Osprey 598 overhead. Let's go to New Sky so we can see how well we've done. That's that tab. We'll get our score. Not sure what it's going to be, to be fair. Can't call it. $9,000 profit. Oh, 9.34. Delayed gear retraction after takeoff. Yeah, I had my hands full, to be fair. I knew that would have been a hit for us. Got a little penalty for that. Off centerline landing. Did get pushed a little bit there as well. Average touchdown. Cheeky buggers. I thought it was a good touchdown. Oh. Oh, well, 9.34. This is New Sky, Ronnie. It's basically our virtual airline client for the channel that we use.
Inbound duck 10 for ILS runway 14.
Well, let's have a little look around, shall we? Because the GSX add-on also gives us punters, look, and they're all leaving the aeroplane through the gate in the GSX profile. How cool is that?
To 2,000 feet,
Away they go to go and venture Dhaka for the first time, and then they disappear about there behind the wall, out of view. To be fair, there we go. And the others are walkers, so they kind of get displayed as walkers. I think that's so good. But it's a lovely scenery, this. Incredibly good on the landside section as well. Look at how fantastic this looks. Look at that. Definitely one of my favourite sceneries. And it's in such a, I'd say a random location. It's one that we kind of aren't used to flying into and venturing around that much. But certainly if you want to go and explore the Far East, this is a remarkably nice bit of scenery. Ronnie, so for Osprey Airways we had to become, we've become an official virtual airline on VATSIM, effectively. Look at those decals there. Woohoo! Very good, very nice. And the interior, splendid. May I help you? Really good, isn't it? Big fan of this scenery. Final Approach Design. It's their first scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's been out for 2 or 3 months now. But really, really good work from them. You also get, in the backdrop, lots of different parts of the external elements of the airport loaded in as well, like the office buildings over there. Really kind of unique backdrop to the scenery. You kind of see it in the haze, but yeah, look at that. Really good, right? You got this big messy cargo section over here. Might wind the time back a little bit. I like the twilight zone. Get them purple hues out. There it is. Dan wants to see it normal weather. Away from normal weather, sorry. I'll do clear skies. Look at that. MPS is inbound, so we're going to be quick. There's the control tower. Let's get over to MPS. There is a load of statics over there as well, by the way.
Osprey 5908, surface wind 230 degrees, 05 knots, left land, runway 14.
Where that?
Clear to land, runway 14, Osprey 59.
Live weather. Back in it. E-soup. Gimme, gimme. Oh, Final Approach Design Simulation, welcome. They are in the live chat, hello. I told you I'd revisit. I told you I enjoyed your scenery. How is it going as well? How many, have you had a good success with it? Have you had, well, I assume really good feedback with it, because it is stunning. It is, like I said a minute ago, it is one of my favourite airports in the sim. Reading a different comment there as well. Yeah, one of my definitely favourite sceneries inside Microsoft Flight Simulator at the moment. For the work you put into it, it's spectacular. I'll show you guys, once MPS has landed, I'm going to kind of go up and zoom out and around and get rid of the live weather again to show you how nice it is, and also how busy the area around the airport is too. Here comes MPS. Oh, just the silhouette. I can't remember if last time we flew in here it was with the new computer in the RTX 4090 or if we were still on the old computer. I think it was the old one, wasn't it? From memory. Here he comes. 8-knot crosswind. Slightly gusty conditions. Rocks, hello. Yeah, I think it was the old PC dock. I think you're right. Brilliant touchdown. In the 737-900. Representing Osprey Holidays. Nice work. Look at that. Let's go back to live, from live weather, sorry, back to clear. Oh, yes. Look how good that looks. That's really good. So impressed. Final Approach Design there saying, indeed, the feedback that we got with this scenery was just mind-blowing. Great to hear. I'm right in saying it was your first scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, wasn't it? The FAD folks have done the backdrop as well. Look, some of the tower blocks.
Power controller, Osprey 59, vacated runway.
The motorway over there as well, and that big orb.
One.
Osprey 5908,
Look how busy
taxi via
this
Sierra
is.
1, Sierra, Victor,
as an area.
then number 4.
A couple of hotels there in the backdrop too.
Taxi Sierra Victor to stand 4.
What are your current plans then, Final Approach Design Simulation? Are you looking at creating a new airport? Have you got something else in mind? Something in the works perhaps? I think we got Ian in next, haven't we? Yeah, look at that. It's just so nice. And also, Final Approach Design Simulation, you should try and get yourself on Contrail. I think you're currently only available on Sim Market, is that correct? I think, sure I put the link in the description, but if not I'll find it. But yeah, look at that backdrop, guys and girls. There's the Biman Bangladesh headquarters. How cool is that? An exciting update is also in progress for VGHS. Epic. You'll have to give me a nod
we're,
when it's almost
2
done.
miles from oh,
it is available.
The VOR RSDME approach.
Stand by, folks. It is on Contrail. My God. Night shift brain fog again.
Continue approach. Report established.
Stand by. I will get everybody the link.
Robert 1025.
Oh yeah, so it's available on quite a few different platforms actually. There we go. There's the link for you guys in the live chat for today. Let me update it in the live stream description as well, in case you are looking for it in the future. Bingo. Yeah, like I said a moment ago, is albeit far-flung destination for the UK, but it is one of my favourite sceneries. Just with the location, the ambience, the views, and the uniqueness. If I wasn't poor, I'd buy it. Save up for it then. Back to the live weather. How many have we got left? 2 on approach, I think. Do love a challenging approach in tricky conditions. Last time we flew out of here, it was clearer skies, I think, from memory. There we are. That link, by the way, folks, is a custom link generated via Contrail. It's part of their affiliate program that I'm part of. So by buying the scenery using that link, it's a nice way at no extra cost in supporting the channel as well. So I'll receive a very small commission for purchasing the sceneries. You linked using my referral code, or you could just use contrail.shop/BritishAvGeek. And that will kind of activate the code for multiple different products as well if you wanted to buy a number of different things. Those of you who haven't actually, there is a code that I've got on Contrail. Let me find it because I've not looked at it for a little while. Stand by. Where is it? Your channel. Community tab. There we are. So 2 months ago. So if you haven't purchased on Contrail and used this code, you'll get 10% off your total order.
Dhaka Tower 569 inbound 3 miles Delta Alpha Charlie VOR.
Hi 339er, clear for
I'll put it in its own line actually, there you go.
Report overhead,
So
Delta Alpha
if you're looking at buying the scenery,
Report overhead,
that
Delta
helps.
Alpha Charlie, Thai 339er.
A little bit.
Roll
That'll get you 10% off your total order.
We're 7 miles out, 1-4.
Ian, whoa. How far are you out, Ian? I reckon you'll be fine.
Roll button 25, surface wind 230 degrees 05 knots, clear to land, runway 14.
Clear to land 1-4, Rob 10-5.
Well, actually, Ian's a little way away.
Dhaka Tower,
20 minutes?
At stand 4. Thank you for service. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.
Thai 339er overhead, Delta Alpha Charlie.
Hi 339er, proceed on the outboard of the let down, descend 2000, report established on the island.
Descend 2000 and will report when established for ILS 14. Thai 339er.
There might be an engine off landing for Ian. What were your reserve fuel figures, Ian? Out of curiosity.
And Osprey 598. Thank you for that. Bye bye.
There we go. Look at that fiery sky. Yeah, the people inside, they were part of GSX. It's a really nice GSX profile for this that complements it wonderfully on FlightSim.to.
Third Hog Biman, Silver Air 2, Chris Rashik.
Loki saying hello again.
Silver Arrows to Dhaka Tower, go ahead.
Silver 2 requesting ready check.
Silver Arrows 2, read you 4x5.
Here he comes. Short final. Loki says woof. 3.2 ton reserve and alternate. Oh, Ian's going to get hit with a massive fine. Critics is great ATC. Never had it like this.
Cancel West 2, the
Here
Boeing.
it comes. Great ATC and great scenery. I did say both sceneries today would be great, didn't I?
Silver Airways 2, your
Darren, FlightSim.to, buddy.
Your
GSX widget,
level is not available. We would like to take
control visualizer widget, VATSIM ATIS widget.
Even 320, Silver 2.
Here he comes. Royal Bataan Air.
Silver Airways 2, you are cleared to Kathmandu
Touchdown.
via Kwan Alpha. After takeoff initially flight level 100.
Great work, MPS. Great score.
4705 and I've
Damn,
your,
nice
your
landing.
flight
Royal
to,
Bataan Airlines.
level 320.
AKA Paro Air. On stance. This weather's kind of come in more, hasn't it? Come to think of it.
4705, Silver 2.
There we go, let's get them lights back on.
Silver Airways 2, read back correct, report ready.
We'll close the Bears 2.
Robert 10-5, vacated.
When's the next one in?
Robert 25, vacated via Charlie, taxi via Charlie.
Looking at the sky.
To stand number 8.
Sadly not dock.
Charlie to stand number 8, Rob 10-5, cheers.
That's how we did it last time actually, isn't it? Critics inbound.
Service localizer for ILS 149 miles.
Here he comes. 9 miles.
339er, report establish the localizer.
Roger, establish localizer. Thai 339er.
Quick check of the wind. There it is. That was it, Doc. Yeah, well remembered. Kathmandu, Paro to Dhaka. Yeah, I'm going to do a video showing you guys the flow widgets that I've got and kind of explaining a bit more about flow because it's something I get asked about every single live stream. I haven't received it for free. I've paid for it myself as a really useful utility. I don't have any contact with Parallel 42 to be fair actually. I have tried to speak to them because I was interested in having a little look at Striper to sort of see if it's worth the price for you guys considering buying it or not. But alas, he didn't reply. sadly. Lots of different options on here though, most of which I don't use very much. Kind of use this main page, and then this is a bit of a backup for changing servers, opening up the weight and balance tabs in some aeroplanes. But it's a huge game changer. It does improve and help a lot. Yeah, just a little bit of fog, VMPS gaming, yeah. Very interesting pea soup.
Thai 329, just to confirm, we are on localizer and 5 miles now.
Thai 339, surface wind 230 degrees 05 knots, late land and 14.
Clear to land 14, Thai 329.
We're going to see him any minute. Visibility, let's have a look. In the live chat, I'll pop the METAR command in there for you guys. Wonder if the visibility is reduced somewhat. 4,000 meters in haze still. Blue sky's been stopped, hasn't it? Good, that's fine. I did record our touchdown with Skydiving as well.
Ready for push and start, request straight push.
Zato, thank you. Our first Osprey Airways liveries are ready for the 737, 747, and 777, right? Or was it just, you said heavies actually, didn't you? So 777 and 747-400.
Approved, facing
there he is.
Push,
I thought I could just see the lights. I can. Very low vis. Exciting. I love flights like this. If you've enjoyed the stream, hit like. If you've not done so yet, if you're sitting in the background, it'd be great to have you on board with us. Press subscribe. Nice, Sato. How I can't wait for those aeroplanes in Microsoft Flight Simulator, particularly the 777s. A350. This is Critic. Look at that. Go on, Sire. Sato, have a good one, buddy. Boink. He's down. Reverse. Spoilers. Booty. Back into the fog. Look at the reflection of the tailplane and the lights of the runway. Did you see that, guys? That was great. Down and vacating. And we should have another one on final imminently. Have a quick check.
Thai 229, runway 14 vacated.
Ian and Bangladesh 390 are both inbound now, so in fact, pretty much both over the field.
Victor and stand 6, Thai 39.
Is that them? Is that a star?
Dhaka Tower, Osprey 2472, heavy with you, overhead Delta Alpha Charlie.
Oh, he is. He's up here somewhere.
Osprey 2472, Dhaka Tower, proceed on the outbound, report turning inbound, descent to
That's him there. There he is.
We'll report when turning inbound and descent to flight level 2 to 2,000 feet, Osprey 2472.
Here comes Ian. One fuel. Sucking the fumes. Every last drop of fuel. Inbound for the turn. Here he goes. He's in the A310 as well.
And also there's to request taxi.
Silver Arrows 2, taxi via Charlie November.
Ian, have you turned enough?
Taxi by apron, Charlie November, holding 414, Silver Arrows 2.
There he is. Osprey, A310, overhead. Dhaka. Very exciting. Be great watching that one land. Yeah, they need to make the sounds a bit louder, don't they? With the A310. Let's have a little punt over here, in case you haven't seen this part of the airport before. Little aircraft graveyard here. God, look at that. Even the end of the apron is in fog or in haze. Look at that. Incredible. Have a little look at the water ferries. I mean, fire station. There's Pappy's illuminating on the runway, it looks great. So fine are the margins. There we go. I mean, that in itself is a great picture, isn't it? In the haze. It's a great screenshot, but it's a not one you'd put on Instagram. Perhaps there's somebody approaching 3-2. Shouldn't be. Unless they're offline.
Dhaka Tower, Osprey 2472 Heavy is inbound for runway 14, Dhaka Tower.
Is Job on VATSIM?
Osprey 2472, report established on the ILS.
We'll report established on the ILS, Osprey 2472.
No, he's not. CUA is China United. Silver Air, SVW2.
Silver Arrows 2.
Silver Arrows, A318.
Line up runway 1.
Line up runway 14, Silver Arrows 2.
Interesting. Where he is. So this is an FSLTL model, silver something air, but looks like a white aeroplane to me.
And Dhaka Tower, Osprey 2472 is established on the ILS for runway 14.
Osprey 2472, continue approach.
Continue approach, Osprey 2472.
This professional drone camera operator.
Silver Arrows 2, surface wind 230 degrees, 05 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 14.
Runway 14, copy the winds, runway 14 clear for takeoff, Silver Airspace.
I mean, the emissives at this scenery is fantastic. Up he goes. Zoop. Let's go back to that touchdown zone. Ian's inbound, low on fuel. Visibility's definitely dropped. 100%.
Silver Airways 2, airborne 13, report passing 4000.
Report passing 4000, Silver Airways 2.
Osprey 2472, surface wind 230 degrees, 05 knots, clear land and 1.
Nice MPS. What pizza though?
Round, Osprey 247, please.
That's the big question. Anything with pineapple on it is an immediate disappointment.
Silver Arrows 2 are route direct to Dhaka and contact Dhaka control 125.7.
Can't see him yet. Going to explode in a moment.
We directed Dhaka and then got Dhaka control on 125.7.
There it is. Ah, David, absolutely not. You can cancel your membership. He's going around.
Dhaka Tower, Osprey 2472 is game missed.
Osprey 2472, maintain runway heading, climb to 2000.
Maintain runway heading, climb 2000, Osprey 2472.
He was super high, Critic, and unstable. The haze becoming a bit of a problem. What went wrong, Ian? It's a low fuel go around. That's squeaky bum time, isn't it?
Dhaka Tower, Osprey 2472 will be disconnecting. I don't have enough fuel to continue the approach, so thanks very much for the ATC.
Oh.
Cheers.
Have a good one, Ian. Alright, Bangladesh 389 is shut down on stand. Thank you very much for the ATC. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Cameras follow aircraft. So I'm going to do a couple of things. We're going to go back into the flight deck. We're going to pop all the lights on because the aircraft doesn't know. Sorry, the aircraft does know, but the sky dolly can't handle it. It doesn't really get it. So we're going to sort that out. We're going to toggle the doors and the jetty, in fact. Operate jetty. This gate has default jetty. Go on, get out of it. Toggly things. No, that toggly things. Close all. Turn that off. And we're going to replay. We'll replay. Ian, no worries at all, buddy. You almost made it. Very exciting. We've got quite a fuel imbalance there, look. My goodness. That's a massive fuel imbalance. Why is it sucking it out of one tank more than the other throughout the whole flight? That's bizarre. Oh well. So what we'll do... Oh, hello. We'll disconnect. And then connect as observer, so we're invisible effectively. To be fair, what we'll do is just disconnect properly. We've got engines 1 and 2 both on, good. Let's go to full flap. That's arms. And we can go to sky dolly. We'll watch a replay of our landing, folks, because it looked pretty good, doesn't it? It's good fun. There we go. Here we go. Couple of replays. Hope the gears stayed down. Oh, looks quick. Over the threshold. Touchdown. We'll change the time back a little bit, don't we? And if we go back outside. Here we go. I've got all the lights on, has it? For God's sake. Crabbing into wind. Here we go. This is our touchdown replay. Whoa! Okay, now it's turned the lights on. My goodness. That's insane. Touchdown. There we go. Incredibly blinding lights. My goodness. Like looking directly into the sun, isn't it? Let's see. What actually was on? Yeah, all the lights stayed on. Flaps and everything are set as well. So let's go to one more replay. What have we got here? Different views. Actually, there's a bar here, I think, unless it's a different airport entirely. Love the cabin lights. There we go. So, final replay. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the stream today. Check out Final Approach Design Studios over on Contrail.webshop. Contrail.shop, sorry, the Contrail webshop. Contrail.shop/BritishAvGeek for that affiliate link, which will help support the channel at no extra cost when you're purchasing scenery from Contrail. Make sure you hit like and subscribe before you head off. And the links for the scenery are in the description as always as well. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the week ahead. And I look forward to scheduling the next couple of live streams over the next week or so. In the meantime, as always, huge thank you to the ATC both in Thailand and in Bangladesh. Hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching.